What if the other party is also maybe putting forward their what they are going to accept and what they will not accept? Are they not allowed to do so?
I don't think that there are hard and fast rules about this. So I'll just say do what works for you.
I think it's really on the parent of the child, the single parent at that point, to make the decision to say, oh no, I can't be with someone that doesn't want my child.
Hello, you're welcome to Gist Arena. All we do is just, and just. We discuss topical, trending, and exciting topics, and we have fun while at it. We invite you to sit back, relax, and enjoy each thrilling moment of just, and just. Hello, and welcome to Gist Arena, where all we do is gist, and gist. Thank you for listening to us on our last episode, and I hope that you'd have a wonderful time on today's episode. I trust that you've had a wonderful week so far. Now, my name is Cynthia, as usual, and I am joined by my fellow ladies and gisters, Adenike and Ayotunde. Hi, ladies, how are you doing? Trust that everything is going well with you. Today we will be discussing about single parents and dating. And this is such an interesting topic that was necessitated by a post that I believe that we have seen, or a scenario. I can't really place it right now. Basically, what that was talking about, someone was reporting saying that she had seen a movie where a man had liaised. So the man is a single parent. He had liaised with his daughter to lie that she was his sister, because the person that he was dating and probably wanted to enter a relationship with said she didn't want. I think she didn't want him to have. She didn't want to be with a man that had a child or that had children, and I guess he liked her and did not want the relationship to break. And the person that posted it was simply saying, like, that can never happen to me, what nonsense, what rubbish, like the audacity and stuff. So we just thought it would be very interesting to discuss. So ladies, what do you think, about what the man did? Is there any circumstance where that is acceptable? Should a single parent who is interested in dating should they hide their children? Now, of course the scenario is involves a man. I'd like us to explore it. Is there a difference between if he was a man and his child, or if it was a woman and her child? Is there a difference in what the scenario would how the scenario would play out, and in which circumstance is that acceptable? All right, over to you guys.
Hi, Cynthia. Hi, Doc. Hi, everyone. I've been turning that story up in my head since I heard it, and I can't think of any scenario that would justify what the man did. And then he also involved his daughter in his life. That's not good. I can't think of any case that would make it okay for you to deceive someone to that level because you think you like them. That's obsession, and that's unhealthy. I really can't think of any scenario where I would say, oh, let's look at this and all that. Really, that's my position.
Hello, Cynthia. Hello, Adenike. Hi, everyone. Welcome again. All right, just like Adenike has rightly said, it is unacceptable. It is unthinkable. In fact, I can't for the life of me fathom, why a man would do that. Say your daughter is your sister simply because you want to date someone. What senselessness is that? I mean, it doesn't make any sense to me. So for how long does it plan to keep, that lie up? Because, I mean, it's going to come out at one time or the other that this, girl is his daughter. So is he planning to just, boom, one day like that, just say, oh, hey, this is my daughter. Oh, what exactly, what was he thinking? It's senseless, Biko. It's unacceptable. Mm-mm.
Very concise and straight to the point. There's no beating around the bush. I also totally agree. There is just no, absolutely no circumstance where that is even acceptable. Like even liaising with your child, that's sick. So now even say you want to say you want to hide the child is one thing. So now say you actually liaise with the child in question. That's sick. Definitely a no. Now let's talk about single parents and dating. At what point do you, in the dating phase, do you think it is okay or ideal to sort of bring in the discussion of their child or children? And at what point as well do you think they can do an introduction, with the person they are intending to date?
As a single parent, I think that the conversation about your child or children should come up front when you're trying to date someone or be in a relationship with them, so that this other party can decide whether they want to be with you or not. The truth is that there are people who don't necessarily want to deal with other people's children, and that's okay. They have a right to their choice, and you should not take that from them. So right from the get-go, let them know that you are a package deal. Okay, you have a child or you have children, and allow them to make a decision whether they want to date you or be in a relationship with you, or whether they don't want to go down that road with you. It's just senseless to hide your child or children from a potential partner. We have established that. Now, as regards the timing of introduction, I don't think that there are hard and fast rules about this. So I'll just say, do what works for you. Some persons, right from probably the first few dates, they have introduced their partner or potential partner to their child or children, and it has worked for them. And some persons, prefer to just wait till they are sure that the relationship is going somewhere meaningful, or probably they know that, okay, it's heading down, the permanent route or something like that, and so they wait till then before they now introduce both parties, that is their partner and their child or children. So and that also works for them. So, but I can't say that this is how it should be. So I'll just say, do what works for you.
Dr. Yetunde has said everything I want to say about this matter. So let me just say I totally and absolutely agree with her in everything that she has said. Yeah, everything. I don't have any addition. I don't have anything else to add. Doc summarizes my thoughts precisely.
All right, thank you so much, Ayotunde. And I do actually agree with you. Your child is part and parcel of you. I think that's the normal way it should be. So if you are dating someone, just like the way when they say, okay, let me get to know you. What's it about you? I think this should be one of the first things that you say. For example, if I have a child, I'll be thinking, maybe I'm a single parent and I want to date, or I'm dating somebody. When they're asking me, Cynthia, can I know more about you? I think I would say, okay, just as a recap, I am Cynthia, I am a single mother, I, have my child, I have a daughter, she's so and so age. I might not introduce them at first. Maybe I'm just getting to know if this person is even okay or right, or if I like this person. But I think that I don't know. I just feel like your child is part and parcel of you, and so even when during just letting other people into your world, you don't have to show them to this particular person, but at least they must come up in conversation. Conversations. You don't even have to say like their names or whatever, but at least they must know that you actually have a child. I find it somehow when you learn that people are dating, like single parents are dating, and the person that is even getting to know them does not know anything about their child or any of that. But that's by the way. So I do agree with Ayotunde. So thank you so much for that. Ayotunde. Now let's go to something else that I was thinking about. We've heard of situations where the other party would give conditions to the single parent, telling them that I'm gonna date you, so and so must happen. So for example, let's assume that I am the other party and I'm probably dating a man that has maybe a son, and I, because the guy is trying to, track me or whatever, trying to get with me, I will tell him that okay, fine, I would accept you based on the fact that your child does not come and live with us, based on the fact that your child will go and stay with somebody else, for a while, or they will say something like, I don't know, just give ridiculous conditions. What do you think about that? Is that even right? Is it okay? Just what do you think about that generally?
Cynthia, you have already called it what it is. Ridiculous. It's preposterous, to even think of that or to give such condition. I mean, what on earth? Look, yes, there are people who don't want to deal with other people's children, and that's fine. It's their choice. They have a right to their choice. But what they should not do is, now give conditions to a single parent. Such person should not even be with a single parent. That's the truth. And the idea of the person telling you up front is so that you can, make your decision about whether you want to, go ahead or you want to back out. So when someone tells you that they have a child or they have children, and you know that you don't want to deal with anybody's child or children, then simply get yourself out of that situation. However you want to do it, whether you want to do it subtly or you want to, tell them directly to their face that, oh, sorry, I can't because of this, blah, blah. However you want to do that, it's up to you. But to give a condition or conditions that the child will not be in the picture, how dare you? How dare you, do such? Who are you that, you are so, I mean, oh, please, I don't even want to think about it. What is not good is not good, Biko. It's just ridiculous to expect someone to do away with their child or to keep their child in the background so that they can't be with you. Who you be now? I beg.
Cynthia, I have a slightly varying opinion. I don't think the request from the person that doesn't have a child is ridiculous. I know that's a bit unpopular, right? I feel like they've stated their terms, and I think it should be the single parent that should take a decision. Because maybe because I've seen this play out in real life. So this is not a hypothetical case for me. I've seen it play out in real life where the person, the other parties, I don't know at what point the other party knew about the presence of the child, but eventually the deal was that this child, I don't want this child in my house. So I don't know if the other party found out after they were married or before, because these are older people, and I'm not at liberty to give too many fine details. But what we know is that the step-parent was not open to having the stepchild come to the house. And obviously was a source of friction between the step-parent and the actual parent. But we don't know if the actual parent told the step-parent, while they were dating that there was a child in the picture or not. So we don't have, that's not transparent to me. But the long and short is that the step parent did not want the stepchild in the house. It was obvious. Every time the child went in to visit the parents, it was obvious from the body language that the step parents did not want to see the stepchild. And thankfully, there was a strong support system for the stepchild. Obviously, the relationship between the stepchild and the parent was affected by all of it. But the reason why I struggle with judging the step parents is that, number one, we don't know when she was okay, so you already know she's a she, when she was told about the presence of the child and all. But I'm just trying to assume, let's even say that she was aware and she told the man she was marrying that she didn't want the child. I think it was really up to the man at that time to say, me, I already have a child, though. I cannot have the child, so, and I don't want my child to live outside the house. So I think it's really on the parent of the child, the single parent at that point, to make the decision to say, oh no, I can't be with someone that doesn't want my child. I don't think someone having whatever standards they want for their life should be considered ridiculous, because people they choose what they want to do for whatever reasons they want to do it. But I think it's on the single parent to now say, oh, you can't, I'm a full package. I come with a child, or I come with children. So if you want to be with me, you have to be with us. I don't think we should be switching it and putting it on the other person that is coming into the relationship more or less without a package. I think it's a single parent that should say, oh, this when the other person says, these are my conditions, I can't accept your child. And the single parent says, oh, thank you for telling me upfront. Let's go. That's what I think. I won't put it on the other party. I think the single parent should be the one to be taking decisions considering the fact that they come with a child. So if the other person doesn't want your child and your child is important to you, assuming your child is important to you, you should be the one to say, bye, Felicia. I don't think Felicia should be the one that I'll be saying is being ridiculous. Again, I said it's an unpopular opinion, but that's the way I see it. Thank you.
I beg to disagree a little bit there, because I think we all agreed that right from the start, a single parent should let this other person know that they are a package deal. So what's the point? Why should the single parent say that? I think the single parent, is doing that so that the person can know, what they are getting into. And so if it's a deal breaker for this person knows that they are not interested, in dealing with another person's child, then it's at that point too that they can say that, oh, I am sorry. I really do not want, to deal with anybody's child. I would rather, have someone who doesn't have a child so that, we can start our own family and everything like that. And if the person says that, nobody will, castigate them and say, oh, why, and everything like that. Like I said, they have a right to that. They have a right to their choice. So you can say it up front, or if you don't want to say it, if you just decide to just, get yourself out of that situation. But the point is that the information comes to you initially so that you can make that decision. I mean, why does the person also have to tell you that they have a child if it's not so that you can know upfront, what you're getting into? So if you know that you don't want to get into that, then right from that time, you should say, sorry, this is not what I want. And then you can, go find someone else, who you can be with, who is not a single parent. That would be perfectly okay. But for you to now know, except, like Adenike rightly said, except the person did not have an idea right from the beginning, which now would fall on the single parent. The fault there will be on the single parent, for not saying upfront that they have a child or children. So if the person was not aware right from the beginning, then if they suddenly find out and things have gone far, and maybe both of them are trying to see that, oh, we like each other, we really want to take this further, what can we do? And the person is saying, look, I don't want to deal with your child and everything. Then, of course, this other person too will now decide whatever it is that they want to do, since they did not think it appropriate, to state up front that they had a child or that they had children. So in that case, I would even understand, the person, because again, the person has a right to their choice. But if this person knew that this individual that they are trying to date has a child, and then you now come and say, okay, maybe, but as far as I'm concerned, it is ridiculous. It's unfair. How can you put someone in an awkward situation? How can you say someone should choose between their child and you? I don't think it is right. I think if you knew already and you know that you don't want, that situation, then you should let the person go. It is not fair for you to put that person in that awkward situation to choose between you and their child. Of course, because if their child is important to them, they would choose their child. But then the fact is, it's still, an awkward place to be, because probably they like you and they want to be with you. And then you're now telling them that, well, if they want to be with you, they have to choose. You are making them choose. It's different from if you knew and you decided to, walk away, or you just told them that, I'm sorry, I can't do this. But to say that they should choose, like, I don't want your child around, so if you want to be around me, you have to, or more. That is callous as far as I'm concerned. Please, no. But then again, we can agree to disagree, but no, I don't agree. I think it is ridiculous to put someone in that awkward situation. Put yourself in their shoes. If you were in that situation, would you say that? Would you like someone to tell you to choose between? Choose between them and your child? Would you like that? I'm sure you won't like it. So what you don't want somebody to do to you, don't do to another person. Yes, you have your right, you have your style of living. Nobody is debating that. But don't also make another person, have to give up what they want or what they like simply because, they want to be with you. I just think it is. I think it is selfish. I think it's not right.
You know what? Just right after right after Ayotunde's comment, I was going to play the devil's advocate. Sorry, talking about what if the other party is also maybe putting forward what they are going to accept and what they will not accept. Are they not allowed to do so? And then Madenike, came with that other point of view as well. I feel like, for balance on both sides, I think that when they are coming into the relationship with your offspring, be very open to what let the other person know what you're coming in with. And for the other party that is not coming into the relationship with a child, open your ears, listen to what that person is saying they're coming in with. Of course, let them know what you're willing to accept and what you're not accepting. At the end of it, I feel like the onus comes on the person that is coming into the relationship with a child. You, apart from the fact that you're looking out for yourself, you should also look out for your child. So in that instance, listen carefully, not only even with verbal communication. Sometimes the other party might say they would accept, but in their actions, if for example, if you've introduced your child to the person, the way they liaise with your child, you can see that they are not really digging them, or they are not really accommodating of them. Sometimes even if you've not met them, it's the way they talk about your child. So be very attentive to those kind of cues, and then make your decision from there. That's whether that's to know whether you will be able to go into the relationship with the person, considering the fact that you have your child to also think about. That's all that we're going to take on today's episode. Thank you so much for listening to us. We hope that you have sort of enjoyed our discussion. Now, we would like to know what you would also do in the situation. If you were coming into a relationship with your child, how would you present it to your partner? At what point as well would you present it? Also, on the other end, if you found yourself with someone who you were planning on going into a relationship with, and they had a child from a previous relationship, what would be your demeanor to such package? Would you be accepting it? Would you not be accepting it? Is there a scenario where you'll be accepting it? Is there one where maybe you would not like to have anything to do with the child, where you let the person know that they can come alone but not with their child? So let us know. We would definitely love to hear from you. Thank you so much for listening to us. Until next time on another episode, do have a lovely, lovely, lovely weekend. Bye. Thank you so much for joining us on today's episode of Gist Arena. We hope you enjoyed the topic discussed. Please drop your comments and let us know what you think about it. We'll definitely love to hear from you. Until next time, bye!